Salutations, people. This is your friend Razor giving you some gameplay. I know it's been a while. I was out for a week in San Diego at Comic-Con 2011. It's my third Comic-Con, and it was pretty awesome. So anyway, this is map Hangar 18 from the Annihilation map pack, and I start off with the AUG here with the red dot. But as you saw, I paused there because I thought, you know what? I think I just want to rush on this map. But I start off pretty decently here with the AUG, but for some reason I had Ghost on, which I don't recommend with the AUG or FAMAS, because if you're any good at this game and you don't have dual mags, you're going to be running out of ammo, which is exactly what happened in this situation, which prevented me from, you know, getting the kill streaks I was so close to getting. And when it comes to the FAMAS and the AUG, you know, they're quite similar. The FAMAS has easier recoil to manage, but the AUG actually I prefer, but you know, to each his own. So anyway, I switch up to the MP5K here with red dot attachment, and I was just surveying the map on the previous game or something, and I thought, you know, this would be a really good map to rush on, because this hangar building you can rush right through from A to C quite easily, and I tend to have success when I'm doing well. Yes, that's what I said. But anyway, this is me getting shot and dropping some fool in the grass. And you know, hangar, you can really rush around as long as you stay away from like the SR-71 area. That's a little blackbird that pokes out of the hangar, and you stay to the edges of the map and inside the hangar itself, and you don't get pwned by two guys lying prone next to a flag, you'll be doing pretty good. And I do get a decent amount of deaths here, but I was still fairly new to the map at the time of this recording. But I'm using, let's see, I think I'm using lightweight sleight of hand marathon with C-forward equipment, and of course the red dot attachment. I like the MP5K when it comes to rushing around. Has this same damage output as AK-74U, of course with more recoil, which is why I like putting the red dot on it. Sometimes I'll use the suppressor if I'm feeling funky. But the red dot I seem to have a lot more success with when it comes to the MP5K, as opposed to not having it and running like extended mags or something, because of the recoil is so severe with the MP5K. Not as much as it was in Modern Warfare 2, but it makes the gun a lot more easier to use with the red dot on it, because the iron sights are pretty obtrusive. And this little Russian route around here is pretty good for protecting C and rushing through to A. Of course, there's going to be a lot of campers in hangar, because there's so many high windows to have an advanced position from on the enemy, and I'm playing ring around the rosy with this guy, but I was able to get him. And we got some napalm, we got the blackbird, perfect time to triple cap, which isn't going to last because they're going to spawn over at A because we are killing them. So yeah, try to get a cross map noob tube here. I really hate the noob tube in this game, but whenever I find one, I like to use it against my enemy just as a kind of a slap in the face. And B flag can be pretty difficult to get in this game, because there's a lot of people going to be camping on either side of this SR-71. But you know, it's not that difficult to capture. It's just difficult staying alive. You just lay down behind these boxes like I do here. Limit the area of view that your enemies can see you from. You got the barrels on the left and right up the middle. As you can see, it makes an easy capture for me. And this team was pretty good. That I was in just a random pub lobby, and they were able to get a blackbird for me, which is pretty awesome. Got the napalm going, and see, I get noob tube there. So overpowered. I hate that the game forces you to have flak jacket, to have any sort of resistance against noob tubes. I don't like using flak jacket because there are so much better tier 1 perks like lightweight, marathon, or not marathon, hardline, or Scavenger, which I like using a lot more. The flak jacket really only protects me from grenades and noob tubes because no one uses C4 and hardly anyone uses rocket launchers. But the added benefit of the MP5K when it comes to submachine guns wise is it has a lower rate of fire, so be able to put down multiple enemies in a clip, and it has high damage just like the AK-74U. Check the C4, get this little camper, can't hide from those dogs. When I got my C4 going, I see we're getting triple capped, which it's really odd sometimes. We got like really high kill streaks and a Blackbird going on. Random triple caps will happen from time to time if the enemy team actually cares about winning. Of course, a lot of the times, whenever you got high kill streaks going or you're just doing quite well, the enemy will just like, accept defeat, camp in a spawn, and go for the loss, which really don't understand playing to lose, especially when it comes to objective gameplays. Like I capture the flag, say, and the enemy team doesn't even go near the flag. They just want to get kills and they want to get a loss. Don't really understand that mentality, but you bought the game to do something retarded, and I guess losing can be one of them. A flag is much more harder to capture than C flag because of the way the spawn points are situated near to A. It's easier for the enemy team to defend, but C isn't that bad either. I guess the spawns from C are closer to B than they are from A, which is why we seem to hold on to C here. We capped A, so the enemy only has B, but as you know, that doesn't last too often. Oh, look at that. That was pretty awesome. But I would not suggest hiding in a building looking out for windows with MP5K because of the recoil and the lost damage over range with submachine guns. So that's why I like rushing around with submachine guns. That's why they're there. And it looks like I'm running a Scavenger here, probably for the frag grenades. With Domination, it's a lot easier to get those frag grenade kills, holding down positions, and keeping enemies trapped up in their spawn. So here I get my own Blackbird right next to the Blackbird, and on my way to more desirable kill streaks, and get my chopper gun and flashed right here. So not really much you can do that. Whenever I get stunned or flashed, I just go prone and hope for the best. Team got a quad there with a napalm. That's always awesome. You got the napalm up, and you got napalm or rolling thunder or even mortar team, and end up beating some pretty epic kills. So we got the enemies trapped here over at C. Meticulously making my way through getting killed there. So yeah, basically with Hangar, what I suggest is just rushing around, just stray away from where I am here. But I'm a professional, so do not try this at home. Checking my C4, getting kills. One of the reasons why I just love C4. Can't do that with a Simtex or a frag grenade. Getting up in their spawn, mowing down with my MP5K. Good old German submachine gun. And it's coming back from Modern Warfare 3, and I think the MP5 is as well. So that'll be an awkward family reunion. One with K and one without. So here we decided to hop on C for the triple cap, which I'm always fond of because I like winning. That's really what it comes down to in the game. Calling my chopper gunner, Hangar is not a very good map for air support because of so many buildings. While many of the spawn points are going to be outside, that really only translates to either close to buildings and easy to hide or getting easily shot down. As you can see right here, this guy's gets me in one rocket, which seems to happen. I know a lot of times 2 rockets are shot at once and it seems like 1 rocket, but I swear sometimes I'm getting shot by 1 rocket. It's not like it's an RPG. There's Strelas, and I don't even think 1 RPG can take down a helicopter anyway. So here I am here, just wrapping up the game, got my napalm, using it while the Blackbird's up. Teammates got a chop gun, so they're most likely hiding, but just drop it on A so they don't capture it. Want to get the biggest lead as possible when I get my win. And that's hangar, people. I suggest to rush. You know, you can use an assault rifle if you want, put on steady aim and rush around through buildings, but I prefer using the submachine guns and shotguns, just, you know, different. Final score is 48-7 with 7 captures and 3 defense. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Be sure to give it a like rating if you thought it was all enjoyable, and a thumbs down if you thought I was not very good. And I'll see you guys later.